Welcome back to Circle Time. How the hell are we doing? I'm recording kind of early this morning. I have no morning routine at all. And that's really something that needs to change because I need to feel a little bit more alive in the mornings because right now I'm feeling a little bit dead, but that's okay because I feel like I'm really challenging myself right now to become more of a morning person. And it's thanks to you guys for helping me. So if you don't have a morning routine, don't feel bad about that because neither do I. Because I feel like the concept of a morning routine just came randomly a few years ago and then everybody's made one up. But if you don't have one, let's make one together. And today's morning routine is talking, yapping away. And so that's what we're doing. So welcome to Circle Time. Hope you're doing well. I'm feeling pretty good. For being early in the morning. And I'm really excited for today's episode because I wanted to do a little throwback to when I would do on my YouTube channel when I first started making YouTube videos. I would do a little series called Girl Talk. And it was like advice questions, like relationship questions and stuff, but also just kind of like girly. It was, it was just like girly stuff. Like, I don't know. It was girl talk. And I miss having girl talk, even though I do feel like Circle Time is kind of girl talk also because it's just the girls here chatting, But I wanted to do an actual little girl talk, ask me girly things, and let's just it's like we're all at a sleepover and we're all just when you get with your girlfriends and everybody's like, when was the first time you used a tampon? That's actually a conversation that I had with my friends at the bachelorette party that I went to. We all went around and talked about our tampon stories. So, and I actually did see a few tampon questions in the little box. So who knows? We might get into it today. We might get into tampons. Oh, what time is it? 2 minutes, 45 seconds. I'm already talking about tampons. It's just like the other episode. Yeah, so we have a list of some of the questions that you asked, and I'm just excited to chat. I'm excited to get into being a girl because it's so much fun, and it's also so not fun sometimes. Sometimes it's just girls don't deserve this. Hence tampons and stuff, but that's okay because we get through it because you know what? We're so strong. That's what it is. We're strong and we're resilient and we just figure shit out. And that's why girls have to do the hard things is because girls can. And if boys had to do hard things, nothing would ever get done. Actually, when I was giving birth, my doctor, when she had to break my water, I was like, oh, it wasn't not pleasant, but it wasn't I didn't enjoy it. And I was like, oh, geez. And she was like, yeah, well, this is why women give birth, because if men did it, the population would have died years ago because they would never do this. And I was like, you know what? You're so right, queen. You are so right. I do want to share something girly. First of all, not that I already haven't, because I just talked about tampons, my water breaking, and pretty much, and morning routines, which are the three girliest things you can talk about, right? I also, while I'm at it, I also need to tell you guys that I'm actually very much on my learning how to blow out my hair journey. And I think I've gotten kind of good at it. I don't want to jinx it. And I also don't know if that's true. Sometimes it's it's just me and Cody and our baby in this house. And there's not another girl there to be like, oh no, that looks bad. Cody's not going to be like, oh, your hair looks bad. He doesn't know what a good blowout is compared to a not good blowout. And frankly, he's my husband and he loves me. So he is going to whatever my hair looks like. But sometimes I'm like, does this actually look good or am I just not getting the proper feedback? But I feel like it does actually look good. Or it's getting better. I've used a brush, a heated brush. I've seen them on TikTok, but I used the one from Maine. Did I already talk about this? I feel like I did. it has like changed the game. I actually feel like I can do a good blowout now. So that is a product that I would highly recommend, is that heated brush by Maine. Okay. Now we're getting in to your questions for the girls being me and everybody listening, because we're girlies. That's what we do. We talk and we listen and we sit in a circle and we yap. And that's what circle time is. Okay? So here we go. I'm looking at my list of questions. What are your favorite self-care activities? Oh my God. Thank you so much for asking. Where do I even begin? I don't have any. No, I don't have some. I have some. But like, this is the thing. I don't have a morning routine. I need more. I need more. But you know what I have started doing? I don't know if this would constitute as a self-care activity, but I have started taking Armra colostrum every morning, actually. So I do have a morning routine. It's supposed to like help your gut, and from that helps your skin and it helps your immunity, because like everything happens in your gut, you know? That's like where a lot goes on, I think. I don't know, you guys. My friend is a nurse. Shout out Jenna. And she said it was going to be good. She's like, you should try this. And I said, okay. And she takes it. So now I take it. But, okay, this is the thing with that. So you're supposed to like dry scoop it into your mouth, which like, why would anyone do that? Like I do now. But like, you know, when you watch videos of people like dry scooping fucking, what's it called? Pre-workout. And they're like, it's like doing the cinnamon challenge, but like times 1,000. That's kind of what it's like with this, but it's a tiny little scoop. And it does say you could like mix it with water or whatnot. But like once it turns into a whole production, once I have to like make a smoothie to put it in, like I'm never doing that, you know? It's like when I would try to take collagen and I would have to make a smoothie. And so then I just stopped taking the collagen because I just stopped wanting to make smoothies. So I was like, I can't put it in something, so I have to dry scoop it. So I've been dry scooping this colostrum. And it's a tiny little thing, so it's like really not like, I think like dry scooping pre-workout is actually bad for you. Like I'm pretty sure like people choke when they do that. But I take a little bit of water first, then I put it in, because I tried to just like do it without that, and I was like, this is like terrible. But then I did it with a little bit of water, and it was way better. That's been part of my, I guess, would be a self-care activity, because I'm doing it to take care of myself. Let's see what else. My skincare routine, I would say, is part of that. I have recently made the switch over to SkinCeuticals, and it's a little bit more expensive, but the stuff is really good, and I have really been liking it. I feel like I always try to listen to my body when I'm like, okay, I need to rest. Like I feel like a lot of times it's really easy to like just keep pushing through, and if you're working and whatnot, like you have to just like keep working, and you can't just like lay down in the middle of a work day. But like if I get home and like I was supposed to go do something else, like, but I know I want to rest, I will listen to that and like lay down on the couch and take a minute for myself just to relax. So it's okay if you need to do that kind of thing. Like that's what I always try to do. So yeah, that's what I do for self-care, but I would love to do more. Like I want to just start putting like eye patches on and face masks, and you know, why was I just thinking like shave my legs? That I should be doing more often. I need to shave my legs more often, to be completely honest with you guys. I need to be doing that shit every single day. I just get lazy about it. But my dad was like, that's disgusting. You need to shave your legs every day. So shout out, Dad. You're a real one, you know, keeping me humble. And I appreciate that. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I was wearing like not even shorts. I don't wear shorts really. But like, you know, even how I'm sitting now, the leg creeps up a little bit. You can see the ankle. And sometimes it's a scary sight. And he got a glimpse of that. And he was like, you cannot be walking around like that. You need to shave your legs. So I do need to shave my legs more and like exfoliate my body, do that kind of stuff, dry brush. I would love to get more into all of that. So yeah, any recommendations that you all have? I can also I feel like it would be fun to talk about this on the Instagram story, like I can share what you guys do for your favorite self-care activities, then we can all get little tips and tricks from each other. So look out for that. I'll do that. I'll do that after this episode comes out. This ad is sponsored by ByHeart. ByHeart is an infant nutrition company built from the ground up to deliver innovation on behalf of babies and parents. Their mission is simple, and it is one that I love: make the best formula in the world. This year, my friends at ByHeart, the only American-made formula with globally sourced ingredients to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, never skim, are celebrating the ways in which they never skim on anything, especially your babies. ByHeart never skims on healthy fats using only organic, grass-fed whole milk, and whole milk is full of healthy fats like naturally occurring MFGM, which play an important role in babies' brain development and growth. ByHeart never skims on their standards. Their formula is made with certified clean ingredients, plus it has no soy, no corn syrup, no GMOs, or palm oil. All things that are very important that we love very, very much. If you're curious about ByHeart, redeem your welcome offer at byheart.com/podcast with code CircleTime20 for a limited time. Additional terms and conditions apply. Okay, first kiss story. Don't mind if I do. I was actually just looking at the Instagram of my first kiss the other day because I really miss him. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He just like came up on my feed and I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen him in so long. What the hell is he up to these days? So I looked. He seems to be doing well. So thank God. We went to high school together. I had my first kiss when I was 17. So a little bit of a late bloomer. And wow. So basically, I've mentioned this. Maybe not on here. I've definitely talked about this before. I don't know. But like I decided to get a Brazilian blowout. I had like never gotten like too much attention from guys in high school, like, and not in like that's not like supposed to be like sad or anything. It's just like I just didn't like really interact with guys, and like not in like a sad way, just like I didn't know how, nor did I really care to. So I didn't. I guess maybe I did care to, but I just didn't. And so I like had I don't know. Now I'm going back and I'm like, maybe you did kind of interact with guys. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I never like, no one was ever like, I like you. I never kissed anyone. Like it was never anything like that. So finally, senior year of high school, I was like, I'm going to get a Brazilian blowout. It was just time. Like Brazilian blowouts were all the rage. And I was like, I want to try that. And so my parents gave me the okay. They were like, you can do it. So I did it. Obviously, that night, I went to a party, and obviously that night, someone was like, whoa, Kelsey's pretty. And then everybody was like, oh my gosh, Kelsey, like, come on, you guys. Wait, you've never seen curly hair before? Now I'm like, wow, everybody was so lame that they didn't appreciate my curly hair. But back then I was like, finally. This guy was like, wait, Kelsey's cute. And he told one of my friends, and she was like, he wants to make out with you next week. And I was like, what? Because next week was homecoming. And obviously, like, he had already had another date to homecoming. But it was like, don't worry. I stuck to girl code. They were not like dating. They were just friends. Don't worry, you guys. Anyway, so they were like, he wants to make out with you after homecoming next week at this guy's party. And I was like, holy shit. Oh my God, it's happening. So I went it was me and my friend Meg. That's who I was living with when I met Cody. Those are two separate stories, obviously. Duh. But so Meg and I go to my house. We're getting ready for this after party. And she was like, are you ready for your first kiss? And I was like, yeah, I guess. I have no choice but to be. I didn't even think this guy was like cute. Like I was not like, I was like, it's time. We need to kiss someone. Okay, get your shit together. You're 17 years old. I was like, I guess. I was kind of nervous. And then we went to the party and he was like, hey, like it was so weird. And then we went into this like these people's living room because we were at someone's parents' house, So we went into like the living room of someone's childhood home, which is so bizarre to me. And we made out, and it was truly horrible. When I was looking at his Instagram, I was like, he probably thinks I'm a really bad kisser. And that's like really sad for me because I mean, I don't think I am these days. But then I was. No, I 100% was. It was disgusting, actually. Like, I genuinely remember being like, this is disgusting. Why are people doing this? How is this fun? Huh? How is this fun for anyone? I thought it was disgusting. It was like warm. Like, it was like gross. Like, there was like too much spit. Like, I don't think I was a good kisser. I don't even think he was. Like, it wasn't impressive by any means. And then I was like, cool. Okay. Never doing that again. Literally, I'll never kiss someone again. Ever. And then I got my first boyfriend pretty like a few months after that. And like genuinely was like, I would like peck him on the lips. I was like, I don't want to make out with this man because making out's disgusting and I hate it. And then we did make out one time and I was like, wait, making out's kind of fun. So then I ended up liking it eventually, but not for a while. Well, it wasn't a while, but it was like, a little bit of time. So, sorry, I really went full detail on that one. But you know what? It's fun to talk about. And if you haven't had your first kiss yet, don't ever do it. I'm just kidding. It's just like, it's fun. Like, you're not like missing anything, and you'll eventually get into kissing and it'll be fine. But like, don't feel like you're the only one or that you're like missing out on anything, because you're really not. Well, okay. Sorry. Now I like kissing, to be clear, but like, it's not, you're fine. Okay. Anyway, geez. Any tips for putting in a tampon? Back to the tampons. Girls, we're back on tampons. Thank God. Any tips for putting in a tampon? They always scare me, but I want to use them. Listen, I totally understand. I was scared. I was horrified, actually. Do you remember the book, The Care and Keeping of You? The American Girl book? When I saw the diagram of how you put a tampon in that book and like where it goes, I was like, no, thank you, ever. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought it like latched. In 5th grade, when they told us about tampons for the first time, I like truly was like, I thought it latched on to your, I thought it like clipped onto your vagina. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I thought it clipped on. I didn't think you had to put it inside, because why would you have to do that? I didn't understand. I also thought your period was like, I thought you like, it came out and then it stopped. Like, I didn't know that it lasted for like multiple days. It was like a whole thing. I obviously didn't quite could not understand the concept of the period right away. So when I found out that the tampon actually goes inside, I was like, that is horrifying. So I completely understand being scared of them. I will say a good tip that helped me was to not use a cardboard one. Those are, it actually, I'm kind of getting a little chills right now just thinking about it, but they're just a little bit, a little rougher. Breathe, relax. You actually don't feel it when it's inside of you. Okay? Like, it's really not that bad once it's there. Just breathe and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I actually went through a phase when I first started putting tampons in that I had to like remove all of the clothes from my body before I put the tampon in. Okay? So trust me, I understand what it's like to be scared. But once you do it, you'll be like, you'll realize you have a lot of freedom to do more things because you have the tampon and it makes life easier. You will realize eventually. You've got this, okay? You have got this. Okay. Next up, how are your experiences getting your ears pierced? Most/least painful piercings. Wow. Getting my ears pierced, obviously, I have 17 piercings. 17? Yeah, 17 earrings. So I love it. I love getting my ear pierced. I think once I realized that like you can get your ear pierced and then you can take it out eventually, I was like, this is the perfect thing for me to do. I got my first little holes when I was 8. Obviously, that didn't really hurt. Got my first cartilage piercing when I was 16. And my mom said I had to do it at a doctor. Actually, my mom said, I asked her when I was 15. She said, you have to wait a year. And if you still want this in a year, then you can get it. And I was like, okay, sure. So I waited a year and then I was like, okay, I'm 16 now. I want this earring. And she was like, okay, but you have to get it done by a doctor. And I was like, okay. So the next doctor that I was going to is my dermatologist. He was like the nicest man, but he was also probably like 30 something. Like he's like my age now. And he was like young. And I was like, can you pierce my cartilage? And he was like, I guess. And he was really scared. And he said, you have to promise me that you're not going to get more earrings after this. And I was like, I promise. And then I got 16 more after that. So I'm so sorry that I broke that promise, doctor. But my earrings are cute. Okay, so let's do if you're watching on video, I'm kind of showing you, but I have 3 cartilage ones. I have the conch. Is it conch? I have that one. This is called a daith, I believe. And then I have like just some more on my lobes. I have a couple stacked on my lobe. Okay, then I have my rook and more cartilage. I would say the one that hurt the most is my rook, but it's also my favorite one. I love that one so much. And I like that one is my favorite, but it hurt really bad. And then I did also have my nipple pierced. It's time that I come clean with everybody listening. And I'm kind of scared to tell you guys this because I don't know who's listening, but I don't anymore because I took it out. I actually took it out like when I was like 30 weeks pregnant because I was like, I'm going to breastfeed and whatever. So I will get it again. I will. Once I'm done having kids, that baby's going right back in. I just had one. It was wonderful. It was rare. I was there, I remember it all too well. I miss that little fucker every day. No, but I really loved having my nipple pierced. I got my nipple pierced 2017, January of 2017. It was like right before I met Cody. Not right before, but like maybe like 6 months before I met Cody. It was just something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to do it. And I was like, why not? I don't know. It was pretty empowering. And I really only did it for myself. And yeah, I loved it. It was like just for me. And I just loved it so much. That really did hurt though. Okay. Ouchie. That hurt. It burned. And that was when I was still teaching. And so I remember like the next day, I did it on like a Sunday. And then Meg, shout out, we went because I always wanted to do it. And she was like, you're going to do it. And so I took a shot and we went and did it. And I went to work the next day and like all the kids were hugging me and I was in some pain. But I would say that still hurt less than the rook and the daith. But I recommend them all because they can all come out and it's fun. And if you do it for yourself, ears wherever, you'll always love it. Don't ever do it for like to impress someone else, do it for you. And if you don't want to do it, then don't do it, and it's just fun and it's fine. Oh my God. I've been going so hard on all these answers. I'm really just spilling my guts to you guys. Your experience with birth control. Birth control was, I didn't love being on birth control, to be honest. It was fine. Actually, like really, I was lucky in the sense that like it didn't really affect I didn't feel like a big change. I just like didn't like having to take it and like just like messing with my hormones. I didn't love it, but I knew that it was like the smart thing to do. But when I got off birth control, like right after we got married, Cody and I, obviously, who the fuck else would I be talking about? Right after I got married, I got off birth control and also didn't really notice a change. Like I really lucked out in the sense that like it really did not affect me that much, but I don't think I'll go back on. Like that's a conversation that you have with your doctor after you have a baby. And she was like, you should go back on birth control. And I was like, I really just don't want to. Like I don't want to keep messing with my hormones. So I actually just got an Aura ring and I'm going to get natural cycles and I'm going to like do it that way. yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that because I just got the Aura ring and I'll let you know how I'm liking that. It just kind of like tells you when you're like by your body's temperature, you can see like when you're ovulating and whatnot. So yeah, but I don't know. I think there are a bunch of different forms of birth control and I've only ever taken the pill. So I don't really know, but I do think it's good to do. But you know what? It's also like you're messing with your body. So I understand if people don't want to. But that was my experience. I was on it. It was fine, but I didn't love it. Anyway. Okay, next up. Wow. Let's see. Any tips on being kinder to yourself? I just always try to think of little me. I feel like we all see pictures of ourselves when we're little, or even pictures of me from like college or high school. And I'm like, oh, she was just so like young, or she was so small. And you always love to see like baby pictures of yourself. But like, I think it's like hard to remember that is still you. Like how you would talk to that little girl is still how you should like talk to yourself. And so I always try to just remind myself that like this person that I am now is also the person that I was through all of those other times. And not like people change and grow and all of that, obviously, but like you're still like child, your inner child. You need to speak kindly to your inner child. And like also I always try to talk to myself the way I would talk to my friends. Because like I would not be friends with someone if I talk mean to myself. I would never be friends with someone who talked that way to me. Like I would be like, why would you ever speak that way to me? That's so mean. So why would I do that to myself? Like this is the most important relationship that I have. I need to be like nice to myself. At the end of the day, it's like, it's just me, you know? You got to have yourself, and you have to like talk to yourself the way you would talk to anyone else, or that you would want someone else to talk to you. I don't know. You just should always talk to yourself the way that you would talk to other people, or the way that you would want someone to talk to you, and the way that you would talk to your inner child, because that's always helpful to remember. How to deal with friendships fading as you grow up. I feel like I talk about this kind of a lot, but I do think that is very normal. And it's one of those things where like I feel like it's not as like dramatic as people think it is. Like it's kind of like it just happens. Like a lot of times friendships just fade, and that's totally okay. But also I have learned that they sometimes can come back once you're in like a different stage of life. I think sometimes it's like there's so much going on in people's lives, and you just need kind of like a switch, and you need to find yourself away from certain people and like live life a little differently. And then sometimes people come back, and that's great. And sometimes they don't. And that's also totally fine, because they were there for you when you needed, like they taught you what they needed to teach you in that moment. And that's okay. And I feel like not every friendship is going to last, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was bad. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that like they served the purpose that they were supposed to in your life for that time. But I do think there's like if there's someone that you're like, oh, I wish that didn't happen that way. Like, I don't think it's ever like too late to reach out, or too late to reconnect, or to fix things if something went awry or whatever it is. I feel like just as in life, like things come and go in waves, and it's okay to revisit a friendship or to leave a friendship if it's not serving you anymore, and revisit one that you think maybe you could bring back, you know? Favorite girly movies. I think the only movies I like are girly movies besides Midsummer. That kind of throws everyone for a loop, but She's the Man, obviously. Mean Girls, obviously. Okay, I guess Hamilton's not for the girlies either. Nor, like, is that even a movie? I don't know. Let's see. What else do I like to watch? Pretty much anything on Netflix. Ugh, it's for the girls. The Summer I Turned Pretty, that's not a movie. But boy, oh boy, is that for the girlies. Wow. I miss them. I miss Connie, by the way, not fucking Jeremiah. Who is Team Jeremiah these days? Sorry if you are, like, I support you and I love you for that, but like, no. What other movies do I like? Literally anything that's just like a cheesy rom-com. Sign me up. I just love watching rom-coms. Okay, Crazy Stupid Love, please, that one for sure. And Easy A, that's also for the girlies. That's a good one. And you know what else? What's a good one that's kind of, it's not scary, but it just kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit, is that movie with Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, A Simple Favor. That's what that's called. I love that one. Love. So yeah, there we go. There is some for you guys. Okay, I'll answer one more girly question, and then we're going to do some voicemails, and we're just going to chat a little bit more, obviously. Which one should I do? Okay. I'm going to be a sophomore in college and still haven't lost my V card. Oh, wow, I haven't heard someone call it a V card. Love. I'm going to bring that back. Bring V card back. And feel so behind. Help. I think I answered a question like this last time, but I was right there with you, sophomore year of college. V card intact. And I will say it really is. It's one of those things where you think that you're the only one in the world that's experienced this, but you are absolutely not. And also, it does not define who you are as a person at all. And it is totally fine. Like, you are not behind in life. I promise. Like, it will happen when it's supposed to. And like, it's just like, it's your body, and you have every right to wait until you feel completely comfortable, until you're ready. Like, take all the time you need. You don't have to force yourself to feel ready before you are. And it really is one of those things that, like, you're not alone, first of all, and also no one cares as much as you do. And if someone else cares more than you, that's very weird. Okay? So like, that's weird for them. They're weird. But like, no one should care, and no one will. I feel like I remember being like, I have to tell my friends I'm a virgin. It's so embarrassing. And like, it's actually not. Like, no one cared. Everyone was like, okay, cool. Anyway, it's I promise it's fine. And like, it does not define you. And also, I kind of mentioned this last time, but like, if anyone's like, oh, you wouldn't get it. Like, I feel like I was always like making jokes, or like could be a part of a conversation. If a girl was talking about having sex, like, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, I don't get it. I need to close my ears. I'm a virgin. Like, I hated when people thought I like could not just like be a part of the conversation. So like, you can like still talk about it and stuff. You don't have to be like, oh yeah, I totally know that. But like, you could like, what sex is. Like, you can have a conversation about it and it's okay. So I wouldn't like, you're fine. You're totally, I promise. Like, I actually promise, especially looking back now, I'm like, wow, it really was not that big of a deal. It really wasn't. So I promise you're fine. Okay. And I was right there with you. Don't you worry. And I feel like these questions that are written down here are ones that like we got multiple times. So like, multiple people asked about that. Okay. So like, you truly are not alone. Okay. Wow. That was really fun. I feel like we talked about some good girly stuff. I love sharing things with you guys. And I promise, as soon as I'm done recording, I'm going to think that I fully overshared on every single thing I talked about. But I didn't, because it's circle time. And that's what we do. We talk. And I'm happy about it. What else is going on? I'm going to Vegas today for one of Cody's shows. And we're bringing Otis, and we're bringing my parents. And those three are not going to the show, but they're hanging out. Well, Otis will be asleep. So I will tell you how that goes. Otis's first time in Vegas. I'm a little scared. I wish they made baby hazmat suits so I could bring him and not worry about germs. But you know what? That's okay. They don't, first of all. Second of all, he'll be totally fine. And I'm excited. I think it'll be fun. I'll let you guys know how it goes. But yeah, so I have to pack and get ready for that. And that's pretty much all that's going on right now. It's early in the morning, so I really have nothing to report. but I will let you know how that goes. And I haven't watched Love Island yet. And I need to be honest with you guys. I'm just so deep into fucking Summer House that I can't watch anything else. But I'm almost done. I have like 2 more episodes of Summer House and then the reunion, and then I'm all caught up. I don't want to give any of the rest of my thoughts because none have changed. But once I watch the reunions, then I'll talk about it a little bit more. And then I will watch Love Island. I'll also like find some, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. If you guys think it's good. I did see someone say that they like the US version more than the UK one this year, which is a very interesting take. And I'm very interested to know if that's true. What is summer without Love Island? I said it last time, but it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like summer yet because I haven't started Love Island. So I'll get on that. And now we can do a couple voicemails. Shall we? Shall we do the voicemails? I'm excited.
Hey Kelsey, this is Emily from Salt Lake City. I was just listening to your episode where you were talking about your period and you were like, oh, literally no one wants to hear about this. And I just wanted to call in and say I literally do. It's like so refreshing to hear a hot, cool, successful woman talk about just like the less glamorous parts of being a woman. Especially because like I'm from Utah and they fucking hate women out here. And like just hearing you talk about normal stuff makes me feel more normal, which is a big reason that I love listening to your show in the first place. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you so much. Love the show. Bye.
That was really sweet, Emily. Emily, thank you. Okay, because now, you know what? I'm not going to overthink everything I shared. I am not. Thanks to you. I'm sorry that they hate women where you are. But if you ever want to come hang out with me here, you totally can. Okay? And you know what? Now I'm not going to stop talking about my period. I won't stop. And it's clear because I've talked about it 655 times in this one episode. So, yeah. Thank you, Em. Love you. Next up.
Okay, hi. I will admit I'm a little nervous. I always listen. I'm a little silent listener, but I'm trying to be brave. And there were just 2 random questions that I had. Oh, also, congratulations for sweet baby little Otis. He seems so cute, and you guys seem like such great parents. But my 2 random questions after listening to this week's episode are, do you actually journal? You know how like therapists will say like, oh, journal your feelings. Have you ever done that? And then also, I accidentally cut my boyfriend like with a knife while I was cooking the other day in the kitchen. And I was wondering if you and Cody have ever had like any little accidents or mishaps like that, like funny stories. Okay, bye. Love you.
Okay, can I just say, I just love you guys so much. Like, I just love that when I hear your voices, I'm like, I would be friends with all these people. Like, the way you guys talk, it feels like my friends. So, love you. Thank you for this voicemail, and thank you for starting with, okay, hi. That made me happy, and thank you for being brave and leaving me a voicemail. Continue to be brave. I need to remind myself of that as well. And also, do I journal? Okay, I do have a journal, but I forget to do it frequently. Like, I don't do it as often as I should, but I always love doing it. I think I have one that's like a question a day. It's like one of those like for 5 years you answer the same question every single day. I love that one, but I do always forget to do it. And then I just have like a regular journal that my best friend Elizabeth, she got it for me after I had Otis. She has a baby and she was like, I love journaling now, and like if you wanted to try, I got you one. So she got me one. I have loved that as well. That's more just like just writing about day to day. I just need to be more consistent with it. Maybe I'll add that to my morning routine. What do we think? I feel like that's more of a nighttime routine thing though. You know, I don't know. Is journaling for the morning or the night? Because I feel like the night you can talk about what happened during your day and stuff. Like, I feel like I like a journal that's more like just like talking about what's going on rather than like, I feel like some people use them to like set intentions for the day and whatnot. And I've tried doing that too. It just didn't like, I guess it did kind of help. I don't know. It depends. The ones that I'm doing right now are more just like reflections of what's going on in my life at this time. But also, have we ever had any mishaps in the kitchen? I've never like cut Cody or anything. Like, it sounds like what happened with you, but he did cut his hand on, like, he was putting a dish away and there was like a little blade sticking out from like a mandolin type of thing. And he cut his hand on that. We had to go to the emergency room. He had to get stitches. Like, not really. I feel like I'm kind of steer clear of the kitchen if he's in there, because I just get in the way, you know? I'm like a toddler. Like, I feel like I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I'm just kind of like, it's like, no, I'm not helpful at all. So I don't know. We haven't had too many kitchen mishaps together, but I've had plenty on my own. Actually, like, for example, when I thought my entire food processor was broken, so I got a new one, and it just turned out that I just didn't have it on. Like, it wasn't like it wasn't latched in properly. And so like it's on video, like it's on one of my YouTube videos. And I'm like, this is broken. Oh my God, this is broken. Then I ordered a new one. It wasn't broken. I just didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to put it on, apparently. So that kind of thing all the time for me, but no physical hurting of myself besides a little burn here or there, you know?
Hi, Kelsey. Love the pod. I listen every week while I walk my dog, and I just love it. I was wondering if you had any advice on how to be there for someone in your life that you love a lot who is struggling with mental health stuff, and in just a tough situation, not really able to get necessary care and just kind of generally struggling. I'm very much a problem solver who just wants to kind of fix everything and find solutions to problems, but I don't know if that is the right way to be a supportive partner right now. And yeah, I'm just not sure how to be there in the right way that's best for them. So yeah, if you have any experience, wisdom, advice, I know this was kind of vague, but any help would be appreciated. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's a good question. First of all, you're doing great as like a supportive friend, partner, whatever it is, just by even wanting to find ways to do better. Like, I feel like this just shows how much you care. I think what I always try to do is just like let people know that I'm there. Like, tell them, like, let them know that you are like with them. You know, like, they're not alone. A lot of times I'll say like, I'm here if you, like, I won't say a single thing if you just want like a sounding board, if you just want to talk. Like, I offer different, like, I'm like, if you just want to talk, I'm here for that. If you want a solution, I can try to help you come up with that. Like, whatever you need, I'm here for you. Like, just offering solutions is not always helpful for people. But so like just letting them know that you're present and you're there for whatever they need, even if it's like just to hang out, not talk about any of the stuff going on, just hang out and like normal and just go to eat or go to do something fun. Like, just let them know that like you're there for whatever they need. And like, I know it might be hard for people to kind of like tell you what they need. So that's why I feel like options help, but also just like checking in. Hey, just checking in, thinking about you. Like, I'm here for you whenever you need it. Like, that kind of thing, I think, is helpful. Just so that they know that they're not alone and that they know that like you're always going to be there whenever they need it, you know? Sorry if that wasn't very helpful, but that's normally kind of what I would do. So, yeah. One more.
Hey, Kels. My name's Elizabeth, and I was just in the middle of watching Circle Time, and when you said that the voicemail link was in the description, I had to click off and send you a little voicemail, I guess. So I just wanted to say that you are literally my comfort person, and I love watching Circle Time and all your vlogs, and like seeing you come back after being a mommy, but like still being like slay, like boss bitch energy is literally insane, and I'm so proud of you. But yeah, these solo episodes are like my favorite thing ever, and I love having a crumbly brain with you and just being able to like relate to things you say and have someone like validate my feelings. So I just wanted to say that Circle Time is definitely a highlight of my day when you release it, and I can't wait to see all the great things you're going to do.
Oh my God. I don't deserve you guys. You're the best. Thank you, Elizabeth, very much for saying that. I like, sometimes when I record this, I'm like, I don't even know if people are gonna like listen. And then I hear that and I'm like, wow, there's so many circlers out there all around who get it. And it's so nice to have this community. And I just really, 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 truly love you guys so much. And I've been loving these solo episodes so much too. So I'm glad that we're all on the same page about that. Thank you. Love you. I love you all. Yeah, don't hesitate to leave a voicemail. You can always click the link in the description of the video or the episode, however you're listening. Ask me a silly question. Ask me a not silly question. Just tell me what's going on. Give me the tea, or whatever you want. Feel free. I love hearing from you guys. So, yeah, thank you so much. I am going to do a couple little journal questions, and then that's going to be that for the episode. I can't believe it. This has been such a fun episode. But I do have my little cards. So here we go. What would you choose to come out of the school drinking fountain instead of water? Apple juice? Okay, sometimes I say shit and I'm like, when was the last time you drank apple juice, Kelsey? I don't know. I just feel like apple juice is like a good to have all the time. Like a water fountain, like sometimes I'm not going to want like Diet Coke or Dr. Pepper or something like that. But I feel like apple juice is just so good. I don't know why I said apple juice. Apple juice or like Dr. Pepper. Okay, either or coffee. Okay. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? I would eavesdrop on everyone. I would listen. I would be the fly on the wall, like in every room that I've ever wanted to be in. I would just be the nosiest person in the world. Okay? If I was invisible for a day, all I would want to do is like be nosy. And that's exactly what I would do. And I would love it. Best day ever. Just getting to like lurk on everyone. Can't lie. That's what I would do. Okay. Well, there we have it. That's the end of the episode. Thank you guys so much for circling with me. As always, I love doing this so much, and I love you all so much. And oh my God, it's like a bug in here that's attacking me. Okay. Anyway, love you all. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Circle time. Let's have some fun. I said circle time. Just you and I. Time.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.